Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about multiple lenders that are slashing rates this week. Some of them are cutting today, and we've got multiple lenders that have got better deals on not just their best mortgages. You see, often when they're cutting rates, they're doing it on properties that have got 40% equity or 40% deposits. Well, in this video, the deals are spread amongst all different types of loan to value. And we've got other lenders that are cutting rates below 4% when you don't need a 40% deposit. So make sure you watch this to the end to find out all of the details. And if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We're on the way to 41,000 subscribers. We need about 200 more to get there. You can see somewhere around this video how close we are. And let's get some more views on this video. How do we do that, you ask? Simple. Smash like, tick or like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps the channel grow. And share this video. I'm sure you know somebody that is remortgaging this year that's unsure what to do. So share it, then you can email it, Facebook it, or WhatsApp it to them so they know what's going on. So look, there's been a lot of cuts in the last few weeks. And that's based off the fact that a few things happened. So swap rates, the rate that your bank borrows from. So you might borrow from NatWest, HSBC, Nationwide, or someone like that. They borrow from a bigger bank and they borrow on a rate that's called a swap rate. They dropped, and that was something that we had to contend with, which was good. Then we've also got the economy isn't looking very strong, and what likely happens in that scenario is the Bank of England cut rates to stimulate the economy. But they've also got to deal with inflation as well, which is rising. So it's a difficult balancing act at the moment. But the markets are predicting on the 8th of May next week that the Bank of England are 100% likely to cut rates by about 0.25%. Now, if that wasn't likely, the Bank of England and their members, when they go out for interviews, which they're always doing with the media and at universities and business conferences, they would be hinting that that's not likely. But they've done the opposite. And so Andrew Bailey has hinted that rates might come down a little faster than what we're expecting in the last week or so in interviews. So that really is indicating that rates are going to come down. And so lenders are getting ahead of everything and they want to lend rates to you at a better rate right now because the market for them is slow. So who's cut rates? First, Barclays. This is another rate cut from them. And so they now have 6 products that are under 4%. That's grown. That's great. They had 1 at one stage. Now they have 6 different products that are under 4%. They've got 18 additional products that they're cutting rates on as well. And this is where it's good because often when we talk about this, the below 4% deals are ones that have to have 40% equity. Not with this one. So with this one, they have a 2-year deal, which is good. The rate is 3.99%, so it's not the best. We had one at 3.88 yesterday, so you can go back and check that video if you want to see who that's with. But here's where it gets good. It's 75% loan to value, which is good. And the fees are $8.99. So not bad. So that's pretty good. And that's moving in the right direction. And so what will happen is you'll see other lenders fall in line and do something fairly similar. So Barclays definitely one to check out. Another lender to check out that also cut rates last week that's coming back and doing it again is Clydesdale Bank. Now they haven't given lots of specifics on rates, but what they have said is look out for rates that are 0.15% down on top of what they did last week. So that's good. So go and check out them. Those rates are valid and live today. You might need to speak to a broker to get some of these rates. They might not immediately get updated on the website, but in the pool of lenders on brokers, they can get these rates. So I always recommend speak to a broker anyway. I just think it's easier to get everything dealt with. Another lender that's cut, TSB. And so Lloyds, they're not Lloyds TSB anymore, just TSB. They are cutting nearly 0.25% off rates, and they haven't been specific on that, but these are on rates up to 90% loan to value as well. So they're doing it on a huge amount of their products, which is really, really good to see. So pretty much 0.25%. That's good if you already borrow from them, easy to product transfer, but it should be someone that you should consider if you're buying or looking for a first time buyer mortgage as well. So TSB is another great lender to go and check out. And lastly is Generation Homes. And so Generation Homes are cutting rates by up to 0.21%. And these guys are doing it on products with a loan to value up to 95%. So that's a good place and a good option if you've got a small deposit or a small amount of equity. So look, this is good. And I think when you get a big lender like Barclays, then you're going to see pressure on people like Nationwide. They always like to be one of the cheapest deals. HSBC, similar. NatWest haven't been doing lots with rates recently as well. And so this is really making the market heat up. You see, why this is happening is because swap rates have dropped. It's because the market is quiet. 500,000 transactions happened in January, February, March. But the next 9 months, we're only expecting another 500,000 transactions to be done. So the market is slowing down markedly. The economy is turning the corner, and that means the Bank of England are likely to cut rates. And so these lenders are trying to get out ahead of everybody else, because if they cut around the Bank of England time, that will be the headline. This is a marketing play. So if you are Barclays and the Bank of England cut next week and then you cut on the same day, you don't really get much media publicity from that. This gets them out ahead of the curve, gets them featured in all the newspapers and on YouTube channels like this, and that's good for them to get that marketing. So look, rates are moving in the right direction. I did a video this morning on how a lot of people feel that rates could start creeping back up due to inflation and the bond market. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, so go and check that out. Do you think any other lenders are going to cut prior to the Bank of England meeting now, or do you think they're going to wait until after that meeting on the 8th of May? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Are any of these lenders that you would go with? And do check out all the other content on the channel. Do smash like, do subscribe, and maybe start by watching one of the videos, including this one right here.